address Le'Veon Bell. So Le'Veon Bell gets released by the New York Jets, and a couple days later, he ends up in Kansas City to go play for the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City snagged Le'Veon Bell up on a one-year deal worth $168 million. And I gotta say, man, before I get to the Chiefs side of things as far as what they're getting in regards to Le'Veon Bell, shame on the New England Patriots. Shame on the New England Patriots. You want to know why I say that? Because the New England Patriots, to me, are a very good team with a very good quarterback in Cam Newton, a very good head coach in Bill Belichick. They have capable wide receivers in terms of Julian Edelman, N'Keal Harry. They have a really solid running game. Their defense is once again a top 10 unit. The offensive line is still very good. But the Patriots, in my opinion, needed one or two more extra pieces on offense to really potentially put them over the top. And like I mentioned earlier, N'Keal Harry and Julian Edelman are capable wide receivers. But I'm sorry, if you're just relying on those guys to make plays for you on the outside, and you don't really have a second or third punch, come playoff time, you will eventually come up short. I know that Le'Veon Bell is a running back, but Le'Veon Bell, when he's at his best, he's more than a running back. He's one of the best pass-catching running backs in the entire NFL. And if you pair Le'Veon Bell up with Sony Michel, Rex Burkhead, that really good Patriots run game, and you allow Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels to find very creative ways to utilize Le'Veon Bell, maybe you split him out wide and use him as a wide receiver, that could have been a serious, weapon for the Patriots. So I'm very disappointed that the Patriots did not pursue Le'Veon Bell enough. There was really no true real reports that came out that the Patriots really had any interest. And listen, New England, you dropped the ball. You want to know why you dropped the ball? Because now the team that you're going to have to go through has Le'Veon Bell, that being Kansas City. And guess what? The Patriots could have paid for Le'Veon Bell. Don't tell me Bill Belichick and that organization couldn't have found a way to scrap up at least $2 million to go sign Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell signed with the Chiefs for 1 year, less than $2 million in that contract. So there's no excuses for the Patriots. I'm disappointed in them. I'm also kind of disappointed in Chicago. Chicago, they look like a team that's better than I thought. So far they're 4-1. They just got a very good victory versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I will talk about Chicago later on the show, but I think that Le'Veon Bell would have been a great destination for Chicago. Those are two teams that I'm looking at and saying, man, why did you guys not go out and pursue Le'Veon Bell, especially if he was dirt cheap like he is right here based on this contract, okay? But listen, man, the rich get richer. The Kansas City Chiefs did not need Le'Veon Bell, not one bit. They were arguably Super Bowl favorites without Le'Veon Bell. Now, based on what I've been watching, I'd argue the Green Bay Packers through the first 5 weeks of the season have been the best team in all football. But Kansas City, I at least expect them as of right now to get back to the Super Bowl. They're still a very good team, okay? And you look at Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, Sammy Watkins. I mean, that's probably the best wide receiver core in the entire NFL. And you give those weapons to Patrick Mahomes, the best player in all of football as we speak today, the best quarterback in the NFL, along with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a former first-round pick out of LSU, who's been very good this season. Now you give Andy Reid and that coaching staff a new dynamic toy in Le'Veon Bell. Not to mention the Chiefs, they also have a very solid offensive line and an above-average defense, despite the defense being inconsistent at times. Okay, it's still an above-average unit. And see, here's the thing. People have to realize that Le'Veon Bell still has a lot of football left in him. Le'Veon Bell is only 28 years old, okay? And we're just a couple seasons removed from Le'Veon Bell playing at an all-pro level. In 2017, Le'Veon Bell was a Pro Bowl caliber running back. He nearly had 2,000 yards from scrimmage in 2017, and he was one of the best running backs in all of football. The problem with Le'Veon Bell the last couple of years is he's been playing for the Jets. He's been playing behind a sorry offensive line. He's been playing for an offensive coach in Adam Gase that, in my opinion, just flat out doesn't know offense, okay? That's just my opinion. Adam Gase is not a good head coach. The Jets have not found creative ways to utilize Le'Veon Bell. I gotta say, man, if you're Le'Veon Bell, you are jumping for joy. Because, man, Le'Veon Bell, He's going from the worst team in all football, in my opinion, the New York Jets, because if you've been watching Jets football this year, it's hard to find a team worse than the Jets. Le'Veon Bell is going from the worst team in all football to the defending Super Bowl champions. I guarantee you that Le'Veon Bell, he's waving his pom-poms. He's doing a celebration party. I guarantee you Le'Veon Bell is pumped, as well as he should be pumped, man. Because listen, man, I'm happy that Le'Veon Bell gets out of New York because the Kansas City Chiefs, just watch. Pay attention to the way the Kansas City Chiefs utilize Le'Veon Bell, because Le'Veon Bell is going from a team that had a terrible offensive line to a team that has a pretty good offensive line. He's going from a coaching staff that doesn't know what they're doing to arguably the best coaching staff in all football outside of what's going on in New England. Andy Reid is a very creative offensive mind at head coach. He's very, very creative. He's probably the most creative offensive mind in the entire NFL as we speak today. And watch how creative the Chiefs get with Le'Veon Bell. Watch Le'Veon Bell instantly click with that offense, and watch Le'Veon Bell go from a terrible culture to a great culture and absolutely thrive. The Kansas City Chiefs continue to be a step above everyone in the entire NFL. Brett Veach is arguably the best general manager in the NFL as we speak today. A+ at GM, A+ at head coach, A+ at quarterback, A+ roster, in my opinion. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're looking pretty strong, man. Le'Veon Bell, he's going to, help that run game out. He's going to help them out in the passing game. Patrick Mahomes will have another threat in the backfield to throw the football to, along with the weapons he has on the outside. And man, I like what the Patriots have, as far as their team is concerned, but I'm not going to pick them over Kansas City quite yet to, beat the Chiefs come playoff time, at least as I speak today. As I speak today, the Titans look good, but I can't pick them over the Chiefs convincingly right now. I've seen the Ravens go against the Chiefs and, wet the bed several times. Can't pick them. And Pittsburgh, while they have a pretty good roster and a pretty good head coach, I take Kansas City over Pittsburgh as of right now today. Kansas City looks like they're going back to the Super Bowl, all because they continue to be a step above the NFL. And Kansas City, they're loaded. And if they don't make the Super Bowl, it will be a major disappointment. Honestly, scratch that. If the Chiefs do not go out here and win Super Bowl 55, it's a major disappointment. I don't care what anyone says. This roster has everything that they need. This roster has everything you need to go out there and win a Super Bowl. Kansas City, get it done. If you don't get it done, it's a major disappointment. I'm happy for Le'Veon Bell, and now that he's added to that Chiefs offense, they become even more scarier, which is crazy, because I actually did an episode, this offseason stating that Clyde Edwards-Helaire being added to the Kansas City Chiefs offense makes them flat out unstoppable and unfair. And now you pair Clyde Edwards-Helaire with Le'Veon Bell. Man, I feel bad for defensive coordinators. I really do. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God-blessed day, and I'm out.